Hello, my name is Nobody. I'm going to be casting this rated game between the Viper and Yo. In this back right corner, we're going to have the Viper playing as the Japanese. And on this top left corner, we're going to have the Yo playing as Japanese as well. And I can already tell this is going to be an exciting game. Some early pressure here because the maps are so close together. The Japanese very aggressive civ here. So we did a quick overview of the tech tree. Nice early game economy, saving up to 200 wood on mill, lumber camp, and mining camps going into Feudal Age. Infantry attack bonus, and not much else going for them actually, other than those two. Nice archer line, and nice infantry line, including samurai. No bloodlines for them. So what can you see in a Japanese war? Usually you see a militia rush, sometimes you can see a men-at-arms rush. Since they do get stronger as soon as they hit the Feudal Age. You can see a lot of archers and a lot of skirmishers, and maybe even some knights, if we're a little lucky. And hopefully some samurais later on. Let's check out the Viper's map. His front side, he has some front side stone and side golds. Can wall in through here. Pretty open here, but I expect him to put his military buildings up here. Both of his stones forward, so it could be vulnerable to a tower rush. Right side is wallable, although it'll take a bit of villager walking. Side gold over here. Very nice deer from the Viper. Can lure these in very well. That's hilarious, T90. He lamed you? Why would the Viper lame you? What a douche. And then back gold over here from the Viper. Which is pretty safe, but pretty hard to get saturation on it. Not as big problem with Japanese, you can just make a second mining camp. For Mr. Yo, nice lumber line over here, nice saturation on it. Could be vulnerable to archers, however. Stone is a little bit forward. Second stone is forward also, so both players vulnerable to a tower rush here. And gold is close to the town center, however it is in the forward position. I wouldn't be surprised to see walls come in through here. And pretty open map from Mr. Yo. However, I do expect him to wall over in this backside, so should have it more secure. And I think I'd give the map advantage to Mr. Yo right now. The Viper is kind of in a crater. And has worse saturation on the gold. So both players just scouting out their map right now. I'm going to speed up the game just a little bit. The Viper's still looking for his starting sheep, who they're going to be. The Yo found all of his stuff pretty early, which means he can go for an early scout, which is very nice. And hopefully he doesn't run into the town center. No, he sees the stragglers here. Is he gonna lame the sheep? No, he's just gonna let them stand there. And looks like he's gonna send them... I can't tell what he's doing. Kinda looks like he sent it back there, but wanted to get some scouting on it. Usually the Viper is quite gentlemanly and likes to send his stuff back. Unless it's a tournament game. I think Yo's returning the favor here. Yo sees all the good stuff from the Viper's map. Sees the gold. Doesn't see a barracks put up yet. And it's a little early for that, I guess. And I think the Viper hasn't scouted Mr. Yo yet. Double lumber camp start from Mr. Yo. You can see this done as Japanese. You get better saturation on the lumber line here. And particularly with this lumber camp, the saturation would have been kind of hard, so I like that decision. And this barracks is going to be a little bit late, so maybe we don't see a drush here. Maybe we see a men-at-arms rush. Will Viper lose a scout? Gonna lose a little bit of health on it. But it's gonna be fine. And finally scouting out the map of Mr. Yo. And Loom done right at the right time. So let's put the playback on regular now. The Viper's gonna go for a drush here. And he's gonna put 2 on gold as well, so he can continue to make militias if he wants. Mr. Yo, it looks like he's gonna go forward here. Gonna start making militias now. And I think the Viper only made 1 militia here. Let's check. Yeah, only making 1, then clicking up. Maybe this is due to something he scouted. One of the benefits is doing this as Japanese, you get an attack speed bonus once you hit Feudal Age. So the earlier you click up, the better. And risky move from Mr. Yo right now. He's going to go forward with these vills. The Viper now sees this. And both players are taking gold, so I do expect them to keep adding militia here. And this little bit of health lost to the town center is really going to hurt the Viper here. Looks like Mr. Yo's going to position his buildings on the left side here. He's not going to take away too much. You're not going to take away too much. Can take away the berries. The gold's a little bit far, and the Viper should wall in through here. Mr. Yo, the first to click up, he's going to go into men-at-arms straight away. Let's check his farms. Not a lot of farms right now. And here's the tower coming up. Again, we said the players could be vulnerable to a tower rush here. Viper's going to move in under here. Men-at-arms is going to be done sooner. Again, the scout a little bit less health. And 5 militia already done over here. 3 men-at-arms. And Mr. Yo's not going to get this up. And men-at-arms is going to be done from the Viper. So a bit of a missed opportunity here. Villager going down from Mr. Yo. 2 militias and the scout going down from the Viper. Scout going down from Mr. Yo. And Mr. Yo's gonna have to go back, so this is gonna be a win for the Viper. Nope, Mr. Yo's gonna come back. He's gonna try to fight this off. He does have more numbers here. The Viper did pull back his villagers. And Mr. Yo's gonna win this engagement here. He's gonna lose another villager, though. No, he didn't lose a villager, actually. 3 villagers still remaining. Or maybe he did. I can't tell. And Mr. Yo gonna take a little bit of stone here. And now Villager's gonna go back. Mr. Yo doesn't know what to do. Viper's gonna add another men-at-arms here just to be safe. And this is nice of the Viper. Viper's checking the health of both these guys to make sure he takes on the weaker one. Forward range now up from Mr. Yo. He's a little bit behind. 2 skirmishes already out from the Viper. And I don't think this early aggression has done him any favors. Hasn't taken any resources off, lost a bit of stone, had to invest in the mining camp, and 2 villagers on stone. And I don't know what his plan was to walk around with towers here. But even so, all he'd take away is this is these berries here. And I guess he wanted to walk towards the gold. But I don't think that's a good decision considering the gold is so close to the edge of the map. Mr. You're going to go back. He only has 1 range at this point. The Viper operating off 2 ranges now. Oh my god! I missed this tower. This is going to be huge. That's going to be a great tower from him. And the Viper can't see it right now. Horse collar only now coming up from Mr. Yo. That's gonna... His economy's gonna be pretty sloppy here. And he's putting up towers just to defend from these archers. Although he needs a tower on his gold right now. Tower's gonna go up. Gonna kick kick the Viper off of this wood line. Oh god, T90's starting the quotes again. And the Viper's gonna have to move to this back wood line now. Tower does not go up on this gold, and the Viper's gonna be able to sit on this gold. While Mr. Yo makes skirmishes and delays his castle age time. So let's look at the Viper's resource. He's gonna go with another lumber camp, I'm sure. Pretty good on food. Taking a lot of gold at the moment. We should see a lot of archers come out from him. And he'll be up to the next age in not too long. Mr. Yo significantly farther behind. Doesn't have nearly the food. And he's gonna have to invest in skirmishers here. They're basically the only thing he can build at this point. Well, he can build archers, but he needs to defend from this raid here. And luckily, Mr. Yo does have enough stone for another tower if he wants to place one here. Fletching coming in from Mr. Yo. Haven't seen fletching done from the Viper. He's quite slow on it, actually. This villager tried. Look how sneaky this guy is. And oh my god, if he gets this tower up. Viper's gonna lose all these guys under this tower. And oh, the archers are gonna see it. Wow, that would have been great if this tower went up. And yeah, he sees that easy. The Viper liking to do Town Watch early in all of his games. Fletching now being done from the Viper. Let's take a look at the villager count now. One villager ahead from the Viper. Villager does have... the Viper does have more food in the bank, as we checked earlier. Military count just about even now. Viper on 300 food, and Mr. Yo on 150. But he's getting a lot of more farms out. 13 farmers for Mr. Yo, and the Viper on 10 farmers, actually. A lot more farmers for the Viper. Nice outpost by the Viper. One nice thing about this tower, this tower is it does give him vision of this gold over here. When the Viper eventually does run out of his first gold. And not much going on right now. We're gonna have a small raid over here. Oh, villager will go down to some skirmishes. Didn't expect that. Viper doing his best to try to keep it alive. It's gonna go down. And here's a tower from the Viper on his only wood line. Can't afford to lose this wood line right now. Market from the Viper. The Viper's gonna buy a little bit of food here. And I like this tower quite a bit. Archer's actually going to sit under the tower. They're going to take quite a bit of damage here. And I think this whole time Mr. Yo has been operating off of only one range. Despite able to keep even on the military count here. Even here. So the Viper knows that Mr. Yo's military production is forward right now. So he's going to sit under this tower. And unfortunate for Mr. Yo, he needs just a little bit more gold to go up to the next age. And it looks like this this tower raid, this raid on the gold might delay him a little bit. And if I were Yo right now, maybe I'd like to go up with the market. The Viper now taking a little stone for a town center. And finally able to clear this up with just 2 skirmishers. But definitely worth it, even though he's lost a lot of these archers, I think. It's delaying Mr. Yo's uptime. Look at this quick reaction from the Viper. Just able to move his villagers right as they come into line of sight of the houses here. And Mr. Yo gonna delete these two palisades and walk right in. He's not gonna do a lot of damage here, though. Archer's gonna be on top of the hill. Archers do have padded archer armor. Mr. Yo's gonna try to walk up the hill. I do like this decision. Why not sacrifice these skirmishers? You're probably not gonna make elite skirmisher anyway. And I'm gonna trade pretty evenly here. Which is good for Mr. Yo. Finally, second and third archer range coming up for Mr. Yo. Castle Age coming from him. He's going to be quite a bit behind. Let's see what the Viper chooses to do now. He's going to go with a forward siege workshop. Kind of in between. And this is going to work out actually pretty well against 3 ranges here. One of the reasons you don't see through ranges so often is due to the threat of mangonel compose. Archer's moving out from Viper. See if he can do any damage. Can sit right on this wood line here. We did mention this was vulnerable to archers earlier in the game. And that's the only wood that Mr. Yo is taking right now. He'll have to move over here, which it's open and still exposed. Archer's gonna move straight over to the wood line. And first thing to come out is surprisingly a ram. He's gonna go for the archer range first here. Ram's gonna be a lot quicker at taking out this range. And here comes the archers from the Viper. Mr. Yo up to next stage. Let's see the upgrades come in. Elite Skirmisher. He's actually going to go for the Elite Skirmisher upgrade here. Got a lot of skirmishers right now, and I think he needs it. However, Elite Skirmisher not going to do him a lot of favors once a mangonel comes out. Siege Workshop coming up from Mr. Yo. He knows what's coming. Sees the Siege Workshop from the Viper, and he kind of feels he's behind in military. A lot of Elite Skirmishes here will do very well against archers. Very vulnerable if the Viper does switch into knights eventually. And no mangonel out from the Viper. Here's the first one actually. And the Viper gonna go up with the second town center here. So he's gonna have a bit of an economy advantage here. No expo upgrades from Mr. Yo. And he's lost a lot of potential wood income from this raid over here. So not able to go up with the second town center. Could see a big mangonel shot here. Big mangonel shot. No, just a little one. Losing a little health on 2 of these skirmishes. But he's going to move back, and Mr. Yo is in a little bit of trouble here. Viper pushing forward with 2 mangonels. I bet you they're going to go straight to this wood line again. And where's Mr. Yo's mangonel? He's got 1 mangonel out here. He's going to take the hill. No, he's not going to be in time to take the hill, actually. And you can see a huge difference in military here. Actually, it's only 6 difference, but the Viper's army is much more deadly. Mr. Yo, I like this a lot. Getting leather archer armor early for elite skirmishers does a big, really good for them. Losing a mangonel right away, and that's not good for Mr. Yo. Archer's gonna come and sit on top of the tower. Town center going down for Mr. Yo. And Archer's gonna move right in. They're gonna get a lot of villager kills here. Mangonel not out yet. And this town center has to go up fast. Here comes Elite Skirmishers, gonna delete a house here. And they're gonna cut off these crossbows. Villagers gonna vill bash these mangonels now. Looks like they might get it. Archer's gonna move back. Are they gonna be in time? First mangonel goes down. Will the second mangonel go down? Second mangonel going down. Nice. Very nice. That can keep Mr. Yo in the game, actually. Suddenly, no more pressure from the Viper. Lost all of his momentum here. And that's very nice. I would trade 4 villagers for 2 mangonels any day. And even gonna take a nice engagement on this hill. Mr. Yo coming back into the game. He's now taking the score lead. The Viper is up on 5 villagers now. But Mr. Yo, much larger army now. And all these things, all the good things for Mr. Yo happening at the same time. And he's got a good chance in this game. Elite Skirmisher raid in the back. 2 Scorpions out. Scorpion's gonna do a measly, 6 damage to these Elite Skirmishers. Thanks for the follow, T90 Bot and Salad Gum. Big mangonel shot on these archers here. Mr. Yo not looking. Still not looking. Gonna clump them all up. And good mangonel trade from Mr. The Viper. From the Viper. And he's gonna retake the score lead now. 3 town centers out from the Viper. 4 town centers from the Viper. Very heavy boom for him. And what about Mr. Yo? Mr. Yo is going to a 3rd town center now. So the Viper's sitting on a villager advantage now. 10 villager difference. He's gonna keep increasing this villager advantage. Unless Mr. Yo raids him. Check Viper's base. Yeah, he has a lot of town centers. And here's the army from Mr. Yo. Could run straight into a mangonel here, though. See Mr. Yo's point of view? Here comes the mangonel. I keep wanting to say Mr. the Viper. And Mr. Yo's gonna move over to this right side. Try to outrun the mangonel. Archer's not able to do any damage here. Mr. Yo looks pretty well protected. Even gonna invest in ballistics here. And stone mining coming from the Viper, maybe thinking about samurai or an early castle for trebs. And the tower going down here. Unfortunately not able to hold on to this tower. But able to see the golds being taken over here. Looks like Mr. Yo losing yet another mangonel. He's been losing on these mangonel trades despite this this nice pickup by Mr. Yo. And 2 scorpions in the back over here. Thumb ring and ballistics coming in. 2 very big upgrades for archers. And yet again, another good mangonel trade from the Viper, not Mr. The Viper. Big score lead from the Viper now. Has a much larger military here. Gonna lose this mangonel though. Mangonel could get a big shot on these crossbows. Viper's paying attention. He's gonna split his armies. Gonna get 1 archer here, and that's definitely not gonna be worth it. And he's not gonna get anything else with that. Big military advantage from the Viper. No, small military advantage now. Nice economy advantage from the Viper. And the Viper just has more access to resources, has a lot of stone, a lot of access to gold right now. This could be a big raid, though. Siege isn't at home to defend. Gonna lose a few villagers here. The Viper now clicking up to the next siege. We should see Arbalest come out of him. Or Elite Skirm. Thank you, Mr. Vincent. I appreciate it. It's because when I always look over here to see the name. And then I see Pogba. So it confuses me. Being kicked off of his gold is the Viper. And luckily for Mr. Yo, his map not able to be able to hit very well. That sentence didn't make any sense at all. Just continuing the raid over here, Mr. Yo I don't think has ballistics. The Viper has invested into a lot of these more expensive upgrades. And Mr. Yo will be clicking up now. I would like to see Elite Skirmisher out of him. I think he's behind a military at this point. And Elite Skirmisher would be a good way to hold the line. And what can you do with 5 skirmishers and a mangonel? Nothing, but you could try to get an extra villager kill, which it looks like he's not going to get. And this is actually one of the things, one of my pet peeves. I do like seeing a handcart actually come up after Imperial Age, since it is quite an expensive upgrade. That's my style. Elite Skirmisher from the Viper. There's really no harm in going Elite Skirmisher from him. And I think it's a good choice. So both players going to go into Elite Skirmishers. We're gonna see elite skirmishers. Maybe we'll see onager. We'll definitely see siege ram. And if we're lucky, hopefully the skirmishers will lead to hopefully some samurai. Mr. Yo has enough stone for a castle now. Here's the castle going to go up on this hill. Going to hold the front line. I may have liked to see the castle over here protecting this gold. This engagement, Viper's going to win this engagement if he stands and fights. I think he knows the mangonel's going to come. The Viper again has Thumb Ring. Arbalest and Bracer now done. Suddenly the crossbow going to be a lot more deadly. And they're just going to push this back. Shouldn't be afraid of a mangonel anymore. They have the range on the mangonel. It's going to take a big shot on the head though. And you can see just the spam from Viper moving across the map. Going to take this hill over here. Map control being a much bigger component right now. And this will be a great pushing point from the Viper. Can place a treb here. Start firing in the treb of Mr. Yo and take up these ranges. Imperial Age from Mr. Yo. I think he's seen this castle. Should come out with the treb straight away. No, going with conscription first. All the archer upgrades. Definitely needs conscription. Needs to get his army numbers going. And should start spending some of these resources, I think, on a siege workshop for some rams. It's a lot of wood, a lot of gold in the bank, and should be spending it. Cap ram coming from the Viper. The Viper likes to do his cap rams and siege rams early when watching his games. And Trebuchet coming out now. Check Viper. Going with conscription first as well. Oops. Nope. And he knows the castle is there. So both players choosing to go with conscription over the treb first. Mr. Yo going to move out over here. Military numbers pretty even. They're going to run into some siege though. I'm going to come back. And if Mr. Yo takes a big mangonel shot here, that could be the game. It's going to take a big shot right here. No. Going to miss the first one. Mr. Yo needs to be paying attention now. Going to miss the second shot. And avoided the worst case scenario. These scorpions getting some nice damage on these guys though. And lead skirmishes looks like they're going to catch out the Arbalest. They do have the hill advantage though. And ring archer armor not being done in time. Treb fight on this bottom side here. Mr. Yo has the first treb out. If he can take down this castle, that'll be very good for him. Archer's continuing to move out over here. Can get a lot of villager kills. Mangonel shouldn't be a bad, shouldn't be a deterrent. These archers couldn't get a good raid over here. Treb fight. The Viper not going to invest into a treb. He's going to lose his castle right now. Mr. Yo pushing back. Arbalest continue to move into the base of the Viper. Viper moving away from his farming economy. Late chemistry coming up from him. And the Viper losing a lot of momentum here. He's going to get a nice raid over here. Going to pick off 4 or 5 villagers. Arbalest going to come over here, clean it up. Even on upgrades, it looks like. Chemistry should be done for Mr. Yo pretty soon. Arbalest fight over here. Going to take 2 big mangonel shots here. And that's a big loss for Mr. Yo. That's a big opportunity wasted there. Could have delayed a lot of economy of the Viper. Delayed his gold economy. Taken a lot of villagers out. And not able to press that advantage. Despite that, scores evening up now. Don't see a lot of rams from the Viper, surprisingly. Gonna build a castle over here in the back. Gonna protect the front over here. Gonna protect his gold. Town center for Mr. Yo. Gonna take some more wood. He's actually running a little bit low on wood. As far as safe wood, anyway. 3 trebuchets. That's gonna be very nice from him. Both players just need more army. And a nice fight from Mr. Yo. Villagers moving out. They could get caught by the Viper here. And it looks like they will get caught out over here. Viper patrolling in, and Mr. Yo is going to lose a lot of villagers here. On the other hand, Mr. Yo moving out with his army over here. Going to take some villagers over here, so try to even this up a bit. Elite Samurai being done from the Viper is going to be a changing point in the game. Only has one castle to go off of, though. And doesn't have any stone in the bank as well. I don't see it. Here's the second castle coming up over here. Will Mr. Yo have enough arbalests to deal with this? Only counter to Elite Samurai at this point will be arbalest. Mr. Yo, this whole game, been going heavily into Elite Skirmisher. And Mr. Yo, spending most of that stone on the towers, doesn't have enough castles to go into Samurai himself. Especially since he's been denied on the stone over here. One of the nice things about Elite Samurai, though, they do create very fast, so the Viper can mass them up pretty quickly here. And as soon as he gets rolling on Elite Samurai, should be pretty easy from him against so many skirmishers. Need to see more arbalests from Mr. Yo, or maybe even some hand cannons. And I can't tell who's going to win this fight right now. 3 trebuchets on this right side. The Viper could be losing his castles before he makes any samurai here. Looks like Mr. Yo will win this fight pretty well, pretty handedly. And the Viper could be in trouble here. Is ahead 500 points in the score lead here. A lot of army on this left side. Mr. Yo now going into Elite Samurai. He's doing his own transition now. And the Viper's going to lose the castle over here. Capgrin's going to make such a big difference in this game, though. Mr. Yo looks like he's going to lose these villagers in this town center, though. Should have enough wood, though. In order for Mr. Yo to capitalize this, should take control of the stone over here, and control of the gold. Control of the extra resource is going to be very important. And Mr. Yo's going to put a castle on the stone here. Ram's spazzing out right now. Oh my god. Okay, Japs only get captured. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that one. Look at this! And that's gonna be enough Elite Samurai for now. They already have all the armor done on them. I think they're just missing squires and attack upgrades. This is so funny. So bigger mass of Elite Samurai out from the Viper, and I just saw coinage for a second there. Where's Mr. Yo's Samurai? He's already invested in the lead upgrade. Needs to make more of these guys. Here's his Samurai, only +1 armor. That's really not going to cut it. Squire's coming in. And that's going to be enough for now. Want to be very careful with these trebuchets. Worth quite a bit. If Tyrant loses, who are they going to cut then? Who are they going to put the blame on if they want to bring a K-Cab into the team? And Mr. Yo could lose his castle on this left side here. I think Mr. Yo's army would be better advised to be on the left side here. He's going to get a lot of villager kills here, though. No, he's not going to get that many. Mr. Yo, the Viper's going to move back here. Oh, man! The Viper patrolling his, must have misclicked. Must have clicked on the land over here instead of the castle. And that's going to be a big loss to him. These Samurai could potentially take out this trebuchet. And just these mistakes, keeping this game very close right now. And these samurai are just going to clean up this skirmisher mess. This castle will go down for Mr. Yo. He does have enough stone for almost 2 castles. Assuming he doesn't repair the hell out of this castle. And finally, Mr. Yo kicking the Viper off of the stone. And I'm not sure what the point of repairing this castle is. There's no resources in this area, and I don't think Mr. Yo can push this back. Oh, I love watching Rams kill Trebs as well. It's even funner when Rams kill Bombard cannons. And watch the guy just keel over. Samurai very effective against the skirmishers here. Skirmishers only doing 1 damage here. No, 2 damage, I think. 2 damage each. And Onager coming in from the Viper. And I may be wrong here. Mr. Yo may have enough to push this back. And keep his castle protected. Trebuchet does go down. Big loss. And so far, the Viper maintaining his advantage that he kept going up into the Imperial Age. Onager will be done from him. I'm taking a look at the resources here. Mr. Yo does have a good amount of gold in the bank. But that's not going to last him forever. The Viper very smartly going to take control of this gold. This gold could win in the game. And Onager is going to be going to pay off very well as well. The Viper's sitting on buttloads of resources right now. Going to take over this gold over here. Going to push out on this right side. Looking pretty bad for Mr. Yo. Just wasn't able to take back the map control. Not able to do enough damage. And if you look at the extra resources in this game, you have Viper taking this extra gold over here, Viper taking this gold over here, and the Viper taking this extra stone over here. I don't think Mr. Yo has taken a lot of any of the extra resources actually. And basically, when you're in a tied game like that, those extra resources can make the game. Viper gonna mount to push on this right side. Gonna continue pushing on this left side. Can take out this town center over here. Looks like the Viper's, no, he's not desperate for wood. I'm wondering why he's taking wood over here. Have they taken any relics? The Viper has 1 relic, and Mr. Yo has 3 relics. He's gotten 1,000 gold out of those 3 relics. So only 1 relic up for grabs right now. Castle will go down. These samurai will go down as well. I can't tell who's winning on this final side. Looks like Mr. Yo will win over here. And you gotta love this army composition of elite samurai and arbalest. Nice Onager shot onto the samurai. And they're all gonna go down now. They're gonna move back under this castle, and I think that should be enough to defend for now. Last furnace now coming in on the samurai. And a nice skirmisher over here. Able to make sure the Viper doesn't take that extra gold. And all we're missing from Mr. Yo right now is some Captrams or some Onagers in his army. Gonna move up with Trebs. These Trebs could get caught out though. Oh, and they're gonna get targeted down by the trebuchets over here. First one going down. I wanted to say Onagers. Yeah, I caught myself. And it looks like all 3 trebuchets is going to go down really easy here. And I don't know if it was the best idea for Mr. Yo to try to push up this hill with even army. This right side's a lot more vulnerable in my... Actually, if you take a look at the way Viper's map is set up, he kind of has his castles on top of all the hills here. They're very hard to push into his base. Scale barding armor coming in for Mr. Yo to do a little light cav raiding. And the Viper's base is just, it's extremely hard to push into. If I were Mr. Yo, try to secure this gold as much as possible. Captain's gonna do a lot in this engagement. Onager's gonna take out the Captains. Yeah, they should do 20 skirmishes. And all the trash being upgraded by Mr. Yo. He's running out of gold at this point. Big Onager shot! That could be the game right there. That's at least 20 skirmishers right there. All going down, mass grave there. And now the Viper going to push it onto this castle. And this could be the push that ends the game right now. Unfortunately, don't see the total gold collected. Trebuchet should start firing on top of the castle. On the right side, Viper pushing out just a little bit. Could lose a lot of siege here, though, to the Samurai. And the Viper taking control of this gold once again. I see here Mr. Yo lost the castle. He lost the castle over here. Unfortunately, I missed that. Almost saved the castle, though. And Mr. Yo left on one castle. 3 castles for the Viper. Has the Onager upgrade. Has control of the extra gold here. Had control of the extra gold and the extra stone from earlier on. Only advantage for Mr. Yo. Big Onager shot again! Gonna lose so many more skirmishers here. And even some more over here. And that's probably gonna be the game. Onager upgrade paying for itself. And looks like this one Onager gonna be the hero Onager of the game. MVP going to him. Mr. Yo's gonna be left with 0 castles here. And there's the GG. Very hard-fought game from Mr. Yo. Went back and forth. Started going downhill for Mr. Yo from this forward over here. Didn't really do anything. Was defending the rest of the game. Just didn't go on the offensive as much as he could have. Didn't do as much damage as he could have. And that was the story of the game. So I'm going to take a look at the achievements here. I'm going to close out the stream coming up now.